Good morning, Breakfast Club family. This is Mark Stevens. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Looking for a great week. Got some exciting things this week, like I told you last week. My weekend was great. Hope yours was great. Where are we? Let's see where we are. December 15th. The month is half gone. As I said before, the last 2 months, the months just went by. Can't even remember them. They went by so fast. And now we're halfway through, getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for the new year. But we're already in the new year. Most of us are. Hopefully, you are as well. Well, Joe won't be with us today. He's not feeling well today, and he has been working pretty much hard all weekend. Like I said, I've been kept him in the shed, make sure that he gets everything done. So it looks like we're going to have the manual done today. And like I said, we're already in touch with Hanson at Tools Rock and getting ready to get uploaded. We just got to get a picture over to him, which Joe has done that. So looks like before the week is out, we're probably going to have everything up there, the manual as well as the presentation. And then those of you that have Tools Rock, you can just go and you can get it and you can start using it. So that's exciting. But today, what we're going to do today, let's see, we're right at the top of the hour, so we're not going to hold you long today, but I want to talk about something where we can get ourselves ready for the new year, because this is what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for leaders, because if you're going to bring people into your business, more people locations, then they're looking for people to lead them, and you're going to have to lead them. So I want to talk about being a good leader. I want to talk about how do you become a leader. Because, again, they're going to be looking for leaders, and we have to lead them. And this is why we've worked so hard the last 9 or 10 months to get all of this ready. And there's one other piece that we'll get ready by the first of the year, if not sooner, and that's our broadcasting. That's the final piece. But what we have now and what we're getting ready to do, it's almost there. So let's talk a few minutes about being a leader. What it entails, what it means. Because first of all, leaders are visionaries. They're visionaries, and they're visionaries with a poorly developed sense of fear and no concept of the odds against them. In other words, a leader is who people follow with courage. They follow people with courage, and a leader has courage. A leader doesn't matter what's going on. A leader doesn't care who says what. He or she is going to lead. In other words, if they say it can't be done, the leader says, oh, yes, not I can do it, but we can do it. Remember, a leader leads. A leader is not really by themselves. In other words, they lead others. And quite naturally, you've heard the saying that to be a good leader, you got to be a good follower. So, we've been following each other in this family for a number of months. And that's because we've been supporting each other, and we've been growing together, and we've been teaching each other together. So we actually have been growing into leaders, becoming leaders and leading all at the same time. Now, here's another thing. For example, people talk about a chief. Well, a chief is a man who assumes responsibility. He says, I was beaten. He does not say, my men were beaten. Another characteristic of a leader. He does not say that he was beaten. He says that his men, he does not say that his men was beaten. He says that he was beaten. So in other words, you've heard this, you've heard a captain goes down with his ship. Well, leader goes down with the leadership that he's leading. And that's what we need to do this year, because, again, how do we lead? We learn the things that we have been taught, and we teach those to others. And this is what creates duplication. With this presentation that we have, with this system that we have in Tools Rock, with this communications class that we've put together and that we've been teaching, this is all a part of leadership. So basically what I'm saying is for you to grasp that and take a hold of that so that you can be a part of it. And that's what it's all about. Now, let's think about this. Guess what? You can't lead anyone else further than you have gone yourself. Let Let me say that again. You can't lead anyone further than you have gone yourself, which means that if you're going to lead, that means you have to have taken that extra mile, that extra step, that extra effort. You have to have done all of that, and then you're in the proper position to be able to lead other people. Now, people will follow you if you're headed in the right direction. People will follow you if you have the courage. People will follow you if you let them know that, you know, it's not about me, it's about us. I'm here to lead not me, but to lead us. And if you will follow, then guess what? We will arrive at the right place at the right time and doing the right things by people and doing the right things by ourselves. So, you know, it's really something to really think about, because when you think it in terms of that, it gives you the understanding why you should know yourself. You know, Shakespeare said, to thyself be true. So you have to be true to yourself before you can be true to everybody else, because the number one thing in all of this is integrity anyway. If you're going to lead people, you have to lead them with integrity. Very, very important characteristic to have. If people believe in you and they believe in your integrity, guess what? They will follow you. So you want to keep that in mind. And see, the other thing too, when I talk about a chief being a man who assumes responsibility, and he says that I was not, you know, I was beaten and my men weren't beaten or my women weren't beaten. Well, this is showing how a leader takes responsibility. That's exactly what that's doing. It's showing how a leader takes responsibility. In other words, no, they didn't do it. It was on me. I'll take that one on the chin, because that's my fault. But we're still moving ahead. I'm still leading them. We're still moving ahead. And again, you can't lead anyone any further than what you have gone yourself. And this gives you an understanding why you should know yourself, as I said, so you know where and how you can help lead other people. You have to know where you're going, how you're going to get there in order to lead other people. Leadership is very, very, very important. And, you know, some of our greatest leaders had failures before they were able to lead. So, you know, if you get knocked down, you get right back up. I think it was Vince Lombardi says that a winner never quit and a quitter never wins. So one of the things I've always talked about here is that we're not quitters. We are winners, and we will continue to win regardless of who says what. We have already won. We have already won. And, you know, it's very important to remember the difference between a boss and a leader. Remember the difference between a boss and a leader. See, a boss says go. A leader says let's go. Now think about what I said. A boss says go. In other words, you know, we've talked about things, people saying this, saying that. They're telling you to do this and do that. But they never told you, let's do this together. They never said, let's talk to somebody that you want to talk to. Let's get on a three-way together. Let's take the communication class together. Let's do all these things together. Let's go over this presentation together so we know that you really understand what we're talking about, what it means, and that we can move forward together and that we can bring somebody with us. See, I don't believe in tearing another person down. As a leader, you don't do that. You don't look down at somebody else unless you're going to reach your hand out to pull them up. And I've always said that wherever you go, take somebody with you. If it's going to be successful, it's going to change their life, if it's going to benefit them, and if it's going to benefit their family, take somebody else with you. Because if you heard me say it on many occasions, that the best way to make money is to make it for somebody else first. The best way to make money is to make it for somebody else first. And then one of the writers said I think it might have been Henry Ford, said that he would rather have 1% of everybody else's business as opposed to 100% of his own. I think that was Henry Ford. And you know, the Ford Motor division has been very successful over the years and still is successful today. So the deal is that as many people as you help, you're helping yourself, and then they're an extension of you. And this is why when many people have asked me in the past, well, Mark, what can I do to thank you? What can I do to give you something? I said, the best way to give me something and to thank me is to, whatever I've done to help change and enhance your life, do it for somebody else. Because you know what? That's an extension of me. You're an extension of me. I'm an extension of you. Do that for somebody else. And you know what? We can change and help a lot of people. And that's what we want to start doing right now. Like Jim Rome says, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. We want to start that today. We want to start reaching out to people. And by the way, I was doing some research, and I found out that, a lot of people are looking, and especially women, and, there's mostly women in this business, but a lot of people are looking to change their jobs. They don't want to fight the traffic every day. They don't want to fight that supervisor from hell every day. They don't want to fight, gas prices, even though the gas prices are going down somewhat. But they don't want to fight all of that and all that stress because they want to spend time with their family at home. So guess what they're doing? A lot of people are leaving corporate. Remember I told you, corporate doesn't play fair. You know why? Because corporate only pays you enough so you don't quit. And you end up doing enough work so you don't get fired. That's not good for anybody. So what they're saying is that, you know what? I don't have to take this. I'm going to be my own boss. I have some ideas. I want to lead my own company. And this is an opportunity that we can offer people. You can be the CEO or the COO of your own company with one of the greatest commodities in the world, one that's been at the top for almost 6,000 years, one that will help you preserve your assets, one that would help you fight inflation, stay above inflation. And that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to do. So again, remember the difference in a boss who says go and a leader who says let's go. We're saying let's go, Breakfast Club family. Let's go, Karatbars family. See, because think about this. Be careful what you say when you try to motivate your team. Remember, you are your own boss. You're not their boss. You are your own boss. So tell yourself go and tell your team let's go. Let me say that again. You're your own boss. You're not their boss. You tell yourself go, but you tell your team let's go. Very important. And when you think about that, well, think about this. You don't have to hold a position in order to be a leader. In other words, you don't have to be up at the top to be a leader. In other words, a leader does things that normal people don't want to do. When people think it's hard, a leader says, you know what? It might appear to be hard, but together we can do this. Together we can change this around. And together we can help more people. So think about that, because what I like about it is telling you to basically open your eyes, because no one has the label that says he or she is a leader. You're not sort of born with that label. In other words, this is something that's earned, and you earn the right to lead people. Now you can lead yourself, and you can lead yourself in any kind of way, shape, or form that you would like to. But you earn the right to lead other people. And how do you earn that right? You be a giver. You be of service. So as Jennifer Ashby said once, if you're nervous, be of service. So if you're nervous, be of service, and guess what happens? You become a leader. You can lead other people. And when you lead other people, it's really a great thing, because when you can see the lives that you affect, the lives that you help change, the lives that you help improve, it's a beautiful thing. And it's it's something that it's really something that you can be thankful for, because I live to do that every day. That's what I live for. Who can I help? What can I do? It ain't about me. It's about us and everything, because guess what? We're in a fight. We're in a fight. We're fighting inflation. We're in a fight. We're fighting people trying to hold us back, trying to hold us down. We're fighting what? We're fighting the glass ceiling. But guess what? We can break through together. How is that? We're going to be leaders. Not only are we going to lead ourselves, but we're going to lead each other. And that's what we're going to do starting right now, starting today. And we're going to move forward. And next year will be your greatest year in Karatbars or whatever other business. And that's another thing. This doesn't only apply to Karatbars, any business that you get into. Because I know some of you out there have multiple streams of income. You have more business than just Karatbars. But what we teach and what we talk about, it's relevant to every business that you have, even to brick and mortar. There are certain business principles that don't change regardless of whether it's offline or online, whether it's brick and mortar or whether it's your own bricks and mortar from home. Now, let me say this. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It's only the thing. It's the only thing, as a matter of fact. That's what I'm trying to say. The example is not the only thing that influences others. It is the only thing. So what do I mean by that? What I mean simply by that is that you set the example. In other words, there's a saying that a man doesn't know what I go through until he's walked through my moccasins. Something like that. Well, basically, what does that mean? If you haven't gone through anything, then how are you going to take somebody else through something? So the example that you show that you have been through some things and that you've come through, and you share that with other people, and you continually do that and continually work and show them what you've come through and what you do, guess what? They'll follow you because they think that you are a leader, and you are. You are leaders. I mean, you know, I don't know too many leaders that don't have battle scars. I have a lot of battle scars. You know, one of my biggest battle scars was because I led a lot of people and my $10,000 check didn't come because somebody didn't like what we were doing, and it wasn't illegal what we were doing because we were following the law. But I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But my point is that when people know that you did the right thing, and the right thing is that you wanted to help them and you wanted to lead them, they will follow you. Even if things go down and you come up with something else, they're going to be right there. Okay, Mark, what are we going to do next? This is what we're going to do. And then you move forward. That's what a leader does. See, because simply this. Here, I'll give you another example with this saying in this quote. Most people do not follow what you tell them to do, but most people follow what you are doing. Now, they don't necessarily follow you when you tell them what to do, but they follow you in what you're doing. So that's why you have to do the right thing. That's why you have to do the job the right way. And you have to show them the right way. You have to learn the right way so that you can teach the right way. So, you know, teach one who reach one, and everybody's reaching one, and you keep doing that, and there's the duplication. That's how you build this business. That's how you should build your business. And again, we give you the tools, we give you the systems, we give you the classes, we give you ourselves, and we work hard for you so that you can become leaders, because we, you know, want to look back at you in 2015 and say, yep, I remember when. But look at her now. Look at him now. You know why they're doing that? Because they took the bull by the horns. They took leadership, and they said, regardless of what comes in my way, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to lead people. We're going to lead each other, and we're going to work with each other. We're going to get the job done. Get the job. Art Williams says, just do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Now, think about this. A leader leads by example, whether he intends to or not. That's another characteristic of a leader. And we've had some people that we've seen in him. That's why we asked them to do some things, because they were, you know, they led by example, and they didn't intend to. But guess what? Leadership comes out in people, and people see that leadership, and that's why they're asked, would you mind leading this? Would you mind doing this? Because they see the leadership qualities in you, and they want to bring them out. Well, that's the way you should look at your affiliates that work with you. They don't work for you, but they work with you. And you look for those that have the leadership qualities, and you kind of get together with them and say, would you mind helping and leading this? You know, I'll be in there to help you as well, but this is what we want to do. And that's why you have the term team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone, not I, but together, everyone achieves more. That's leadership. And those qualities, a lot of us, most of us, I'd say all of us, those that come to this call every day, That's because you have leadership qualities. And guess what? That means you're going to lead a team of affiliates like yourselves, and you're going to continue to build and build and build. So, the other thing too, what a leader does is a leader praises loudly, but blames softly. In other words, you don't want to put anybody down. What you want to do is you want to put them up. So you want to brag on them. I like to brag on people. You hear me brag on Brian Fraser. You hear me brag on Cecil Piper because they're leaders. You hear us brag on Victor. Victor is a leader. Maybe y'all don't interact with Victor as much as we do, but Victor is a leader. And this is why we asked him if he would lead and be the administrator of this platform, because he's a leader. And the other thing, he has integrity. Leadership and integrity go hand in hand. I have no inkling at all that I can share something with Victor, ask him to do something, and if it's in his power, he will do it, and he will do it with integrity. So, but a lot of you have those qualities too. So in the future, you're probably going to be asked to do things, and leaders lead. That's why they call them leaders. Really, again, you praise them loudly and you blame softly. Life always deals us curves, deals us lemons. I have a son with a disease, and but I told him, I said, you know what, son, I said, life deals you blows at times, and they deal you lemons. But what you do, you cut them up, you put a little sugar in it, and you make it lemonade, and you drink it, and you move forth, and everything. So, and that's what he does. He's always smiling. He's in a wheelchair. He has multiple sclerosis. But he said, Daddy, you know what? You always taught me to go forth, go forward. Don't look back, go forward. Whatever life deals me, keep going. I've watched you my life, and that's where I get it from. And I'm proud of that, and I'm going to keep on going. So that's a great thing. It's again, you have to show leadership with your kids as well. The way you live your life, they're watching you, and so they'll call you out sometime too. Hey, well, wait a minute, you can't tell me not to do that, and you doing it, and it's wrong. Guess what? Your kids will call you out because you're leaders. You lead them up to a certain point in their life, and then they go off and they have to lead themselves. But if they learned it correctly from you, they'll do all right. They'll do all right. So this about praising loudly and blaming softly, what's so important is that it pretty much explains itself. Think about how you want to be treated. Think about how you want to be treated. So just be mindful of what you say. And a lot of times it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. Rather than arguing with somebody, I don't say, nah, that's not right, no. I'll say, Victor, consider this. That sounds a little better, doesn't it? Rather than, nah, Victor, you're wrong. I don't want to hear that. No, Victor, consider this. Or either, Victor, I beg to differ with you. And consider this. And you know what? Most people will stop and they'll listen to see what you have to say. If it has some credence to it, and they look at you as a leader or whatever, they're going to listen to you. And that's all we want from a lot of people, is just to listen to us. You don't have to agree with everything, because we're all not going to agree on everything all the time. So, but we can, we can agree to disagree and say, well, you know what, the bottom line is that we have to be successful. We have to get the job done. So how can we find common ground that we can pull together and get it done for the benefit of everyone? Because that's the bottom line. That's what we want to do. Now, let me share this with you. The art of leadership is also saying no, not yes. It's also saying no. It took me almost a whole lifetime to learn how to say no. Because it's very easy to say yes. And when you want things for people and you want it so bad, you'll even say yes at the detriment of yourself. I got a lot of scars from that too. But it's all good. Because, when I've seen where people have gone because of sacrifices that I've made, it's a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. Some have gone beyond me, and that's all good. I want everybody on this broadcast to go beyond me. Because guess what? As you go beyond me, and we have shared, we're an extension of each other. So if you go beyond me, I'm really there too. So that's what it's all about. So when I say that the art of leadership is saying no, this is a skill actually I wish I had learned from the beginning. But we all have our growing pains, right? Got mine. Sometimes you just have to say no, though. You just have to say no. We're not going to do that. That's not right, or that's not effective right now, or it's not time for that. Those are things that that you have to think about, and that you have to you have to say no sometimes. So we're 5 minutes to the bottom of the hour, and I do want to say this, that personally I'm not a labor leader. I wouldn't want you to follow me or anyone else. If you're looking, for Moses to lead you out of the capitalist wilderness, you will stay right there where you are. I would not lead also into the promised land if I could. I would not do that if I could do that, and I'll tell you why. Because if I could lead you in, someone else could lead you out. But guess what? If we could lead each other in, we could walk out together. So, and we want to end up in the promised land together, and we want to walk out, and we want to walk out into the world, and we want to change some things. We want to get rid of the stress. We want to what? We want to change people's lives. We want to change their position in life. We want to let them know that they have a chance to do what we can do, and what everybody else can have a chance to do, if that is your desire. And we talk about dreams, desires, and determination. If a person has that and they want it, we can help them get it. So Victor, before we close out, if you can chime in here, anything you'd like to add or you'd like to say here?
Well, my friend, I think you've said it all. That was a great presentation on leadership, and thank you for the accolades. It's not necessary, but I appreciate it. And no, I think that you have summed up leadership very well today, and I think everybody that paid attention to what you had to say will benefit from it extremely. So I just wish everybody to have a great day, be successful, go out there and change the world, as you say. But I'll let you finish up.
Well, thank you, my friend. Again, I know you don't like to be singled out, but Joe and I feel like that from the depths of our heart. And we've been struggling to get this broadcast going, and you step right in and everything, and you lead us well, and we get the job done. So with your help, so I just wanted them to know that it's not about me and Joe, but there's other people in the background as well. So, Breakfast Club family, 3 minutes to the bottom of the hour. Again, we should, by the end of the week, if not before, have everything ready to go in the Tools Rock funnel, with the also with the manual that Joe should be finishing up hopefully later today. Hopefully he'll feel a little better by the end of the day and get on that and finish that up, so we can get that over to Tools Rock and get that in the back office and everything. And I'm telling you, this is exciting, because the presentation, I'm telling you, what I've been seeing in my research, and what I've been seeing, the different the different polls that have been taking, what people are thinking, what the baby boomers are thinking, what the millennials are thinking, that presentation is a game changer. Our system is a game changer. Our funnel is a game changer. And I'll tell you what, our broadcast is going to be a game changer. As far as, bringing people into carrot bars and that nature. And we will be letting you know more about that and everything, this coming year. I don't know, by the end of the year we may have, gotten one done. We're gonna be the guinea pigs. We're gonna do it first. We're gonna see how it works out, and get any kinks out if there be any. We don't expect it to be any. We expect it to be successful, and then we'll bring it to you, and you can be able to share in it, or we can give you ideas that you can do your own, and we can help you there. But the main thing is that for 2015, we expect to see you at the top of the mountain and everything. And that's where we hit it. We hit it to the top of the mountain. And we're going to look over to see who else we can bring up to the top. And that's what it's all about. So with that being said, peace and blessings to you all. Go out, make it a great day, change a life, change a state, city, career, country, and most of all, let's work together to change this world. But let's first be the change in us that we want to see in the world, and that's everybody free, time freedom, financial freedom, time to spend with their families, go where they want, when they want, how they want. And when we can do that, the whole world will be a happier world. So with that being said, I love you much. Peace and blessings to you. Go out and make it a great day. So this is Mark Stevens, our host, Joe Shu. Say peace and blessings to everybody. Make it a great day.
Stop the broadcast.